Hey, I hope you are having a great Friday. I want to talk about anxiety and anger problems. Whenever you have anxiety, stress, panic disorder, depression, some type of mental illness, that could be, of course, bipolar issues, schizophrenia, any of these issues, autism, ADHD, you are going to be more vulnerable to having anger outbursts, episodes of rage, anger, just in general. You are going through a hardship, you're going through a hard time, your brain chemistry is out of sync, you are different than other people, you become almost envious and jealous of other people's success and happiness and wonder why you are so different and why you can't get your stuff together. That's going to make you lash out. Not everybody's the same. I'm not saying everybody has issues with anger. Some people are just sad. But many of us, if you have any type of ego, personal pride, a sense of entitlement at all, especially males, this can drive you to be angry, be an angry in general person. And that can just be, I can also label that as pessimistic person, somebody that's not happy, somebody that's always thinking negative, their minds and their thought processes in the dumps. So I really think that whenever, you're not having these endorphins going through, these good feelings, and you're just filled with adrenaline all the time from your panic attacks, or you're just you're thinking negative all the time, it just causes anger. So with me, after I started having panic attacks and then I developed health anxiety, I just really started to feel sorry for myself. And during this time, I was always complaining. I was always like, why me? And then I was always like, of course this would happen to me. I started just playing that little game, and we've all been there at the height of our anxiety. Some of you that are watching right now are going through it now, that we just tend to just expect the worst, and when the worst happens, still complain about it. You're basically in this constant cycle, and that's the problem with anger and resentment and anger outbursts and rage and all of these things. Negative thinking is that you're not going to get better. You're not going to break that cycle. You're not going to get out of having panic attacks 5 or 10 times a day like I was. You're not going to all of a sudden stop worrying about your health. You're not going to, all of a sudden, not be depressed anymore. Anger is just going to hold you back. It's going to chain you down to the ground. And every time you start to make a little progress, it's going to keep you from, turning into the beautiful flower that you are. So I would kind of lash out. I would see people that had it better than me. There were people that were just too happy, And after you've gone through some horrible anxiety and depression, you start to just these people just get on your nerves, The people that come in, oh, it's a great Monday, how are you? Somebody's got a case of the Mondays. You just want to get mad at these people, okay? They're so positive, they're so happy that it almost brings you down. Now, let's be real. There are some people that are just a little too extra, if you know what I mean. But even people that would, they're like, just cheer up. You just want to burst out. You don't understand. You don't get me. You don't understand what's going on in my head all the time. You don't understand how I feel. Don't start to try to act like you do. And this sucks. You push people away. You close people off. Family, friends, relationships. Me and my ex-girl that I was with, that we ended up, separating from each other because I was an unhappy person with this anxiety, and I think in the end it led to the distance between us, and then ultimately it is what it is. But I would lash out at her. I wasn't abusive or nothing like that. I've never put my hands on a woman. I was just not very nice. I expected a lot out of her. I was bouncing from job to job. I couldn't hold a job because my stress. I had panic attacks. If I had to travel a long distance or get up super early in the morning, I was automatically stressed. So I resorted to waiting tables, which I was fairly good at. So I made a little bit above average of what a normal waiter would make. But that was all I could do. I didn't know any structure. I didn't have a set schedule. I couldn't do it. So I would get upset with her when she called me out on any of this, or if I wasn't helping with all the bills. It's just, things I should have done as a man that, now about 5 or 6 years later, I'm amazing at. I'm a great dad. I'm a great husband. Things have changed drastically for me. But I would lash out at her. We would get into these little fights and stuff like that. It was just because I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with the way things were going, and I tend to took that out on other people. There was another thing, and I'm going to have a video just specifically on this. I was very jumpy, very edgy. Okay, if somebody slammed the door, I would like glare, you know, I would look at them, or I would say something, be like, hey, can you shut it any louder, you know, or somebody come up behind me and without making a lot of noise and they spook me, you know, like accidentally or on purpose, I would get so freaking mad. Somebody would just come out, just jump. And if you have severe anxiety and panic problems especially, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anything that's loud, it freaks you out. It's almost like you got post-traumatic stress. It's like really bad. You're very jumpy, very edgy, and this can make you angry. So the main points from this video is that a lot of it can be just because your brain chemistry is off. Some of it can be jealousy and envy towards people that are happy and healthier than you are. It can be the fact that you're just jumpy or edgy. You can feel sorry for yourself. It's a negative way of thinking. So when you're negative, anger, you know, is tied to that tremendously. That was just how it was. I remember having those days where I'd wake up in the morning and everything went wrong, and I would just, oh my gosh, I'm like getting in the car, and I already had this long trip where I know I'm gonna have a panic attack halfway, you know, to my job, and I get stuck behind traffic, and I'm just like, bam, you know, I'll hit the dashboard and be like, are you kidding me? You know, of course this happens to me. And as long as we're stuck in this angry kind of attitude, guys, it is going to be very, very, very difficult, and I hate to say it, it's going to be almost near impossible to heal and recover from your anxiety, your stress, your panic disorder, your depression, especially depression. So what do? We got to start working on our anger. Just like we're working on our stress, a lot of the same things apply. Exercise tremendously helped me with anger issues. I didn't even have the energy to get mad. And plus, it gives you good feeling endorphins throughout your body, so that's going to help you relieve stress, and it's going to make your anger tingly senses go down. So make sure you're exercising the heck out of yourself. That is like my number one key for the anger issues. Then you need to start keeping a journal. You start writing things down that make you upset, and a plan of action to change that. And I don't mean just write down, I have bad anxiety. You need to get into detail. All right, start identifying the small things that you can do to fix in your life that'll start making you, get better and recover more. You need to make sure you're eating the right foods. Yes, foods lead to, the wrong kind of foods can still mess with your brain, all right, and your brain chemistry, your mood. All right, there's certain foods that you can be taking, consuming, especially that are high in vitamin B12, vitamin B6. Just basically the vitamin Bs are great for mood stabilizing, so they help with depression. So get a vitamin B in your body, preferably vitamin B12. Make sure you're taking your multivitamin. Make sure you're practicing meditating in the mornings and the evenings. And I say this in most of my videos. That's whenever you have the biggest effect on your subconscious mind. So, visualizing how you want to be, how you want your day to go in the mornings and before you go to bed is very, very powerful. All right. Positive affirmations. You can listen to those on YouTube. You can make your own and record yourself and listen to it. Just basically telling yourself positive things like, I am successful. I am not going to get angry today at the small things. And it sounds cheesy, but they work. They're not around if they don't work. They work. All right. You just got to keep telling yourself these things, and eventually they can come to fruition. It's true. The law of attraction, basically. And aside from that, just positive thinking. Make sure that you're looking at the glass half full. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you have any issues with this and you want to share below, please leave me a comment down there and let me know what some of the anger issues you've dealt with and why you think you had them. Like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell next to it so you can get updates whenever I have my videos. Join that Facebook group down below for panic attack, anxiety, depression support. It's down there just for you. Also, join the Instagram down there because it's the same kind of deal, anxiety support, stress, panic attacks, depression. So join that in my other social networks down below. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I hope you'll have a great Friday and the weekend's coming up. You have a great weekend. I will have more videos out. God bless you guys.